Okay, so now we put the foundations in place. We've got the Facebook, we've got the Twitter, we've got the automation of the messages. We're now going to focus on building out the website. Now, I mentioned ClickFunnels. I'm going to stick with ClickFunnels, but everything I'm going to show you is relatable to whatever you choose. Should you want to do ClickFunnels, get in touch with me. I'll give you a link. I'll give you access to some great resources as well to really help you with your ClickFunnels. Just ask in the Q&A. So with that said, I'm going to walk you through over the next few videos how to start building out the structure of the page. And we're going to model our friends that have built sites already and take what I like, and you can see my logic as I'm walking through it. So let's get started. Okay, so this is ClickFunnels, and I'll go to the main page just so you can see what it is. And here you can build different kinds of ClickFunnels. So I have access to multiple funnels here, and I'm going to create a funnel called Alt Currency Earners Club in here shortly. So first, I'm going to head over to a new feature they've just added called Build Funnel. And the kind of funnel I want, that I like, is e-commerce. Now, I'm only doing this really just to save time and get started. And I'm just going to show you this video this will actually explain ClickFunnels really well. So there's a logic. It's only a minute long, but when you see this, you'll see what I'm trying to do by it's going to give me a color scheme. It's going to give me a structure, which I'm going to heavily edit, but I'm not starting from a blank slate. I've got something to start with.
No matter where you are today, your business and in your life, you're just one funnel away.
This is a storefront funnel. This is the funnel a lot of times retail customers use, or e-commerce people, where basically you have a storefront page. They'll have lists of all your different products and services and everything you offer as a company. And then from there, when someone clicks on it, instead of just taking to a cart where you're kind of piling people in a cart, from there you're taken to a funnel, and it could be any of the other funnels used here inside of ClickFunnels to sell that product correctly so you can make the most amount of money and serve your customer at the highest level. If you want more information about how to use the storefront funnel, make sure you check out the Funnel Hacker Cookbook.
No matter where you are today, your business and in your life, you're just one funnel away.
Okay, so here I'm going to, there's lots of templates, and I'll show you this one, for example. And this is what it looks like. So I'm immediately going in with some kind of structure in place, and that's my logic. Or there is this one here, and I've been debating which one do I like more, and I think I'm going to go with this one here. I think it's nice. It's got that Bitcoin kind of color scheme here. So all I'm going to do is very simply press Get Funnel, and it's going to be stored into my account. And when that's done, I will come back to you. So 30 seconds later, it's now there. Before I go and enter this page, I'm going to make just one or two very simple settings. So firstly, I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to make sure that this has the right name. So it's going to be Alt Currency Earners Club. And I'm going to give it a group tag so I can find it. And this basically just allows me to break down the categories. So you'll see that when we go to the dashboard later. Now I'm going to pick the name that we connected. So I'm going to press that. It says setup not complete. Not exactly sure why. I'll have to look into that. And the rest of this I'm going to leave for now. I will probably go in at a later point and add into the head tracking here my Facebook code. But right now we'll just concentrate on building out the site. I'll go down to the bottom. All of this I can ignore. Save and update settings. So that looks like it's correct. I'm just going to press this button here to see how the page currently looks. And there we go. We now have a structure that suddenly looks similar in some ways to our colleagues in the industry. And from there, we're going to build it out. But now I can immediately go in, put the name up here, maybe reduce the text, swap this out for a video, invite people to opt in. They press the button and it would come up with a pop-up for their email. And if you look here, these buttons work nicely. As you can see, it's a similar kind of structure to what you're going to see later on down here. So I'm able to model my colleagues, just like in this section here, I can model them. So I've got a uniquely my own section. And now the next bit is I'm going to go into publishing. And I'm going to change the store path, which is basically ClickFunnels works from top down. So I want to make sure that this is the index, and that's what it will show. Or I could change that to home. That sounds just a little bit nicer. And I'm going to look at what my colleagues have put. So when you look up here, they've got buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin guides and reviews for Bitcoin newbies. And this one here is Bitcoin is plan, crypto coin stack Bitcoin is plan B. So I prefer this one here. This gives a name, then it talks about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to call this home. Then I'm going to update the home page. I'm going to give it update the funnel step, and I'm finally going to go into this button here just below the image. And I'm just going to look at the name again. I'm just going to give that home page. And here I'm going to change it to home. So these consistent updates in this bit here in publishing and settings just keeps things consistent. So now when someone types in altcurrencyearnersclub.com and they press and we go to, it will change to, it says squeeze page because I haven't set it up. So I've got to do one last thing, is go into custom domains. Now that I've set this up and I find it, so it says continue setup. You are able to connect your new custom domain. Congrats. Let's secure, set up now. Check status now. They've made some recent updates here. So go back to domains. Looks like everything is working just fine. Settings. So I wonder why it says it needs updating. So I'm going to change the default page, which is the page that people see when they go. At the moment, they're going to one of my clients' pages. So I need to look for the page I just created. Maybe down the bottom here. I'll just pause while I find it. Hopefully now it should work. I've called it home page. I only have one page in here. When you look in here, called home page, I believe. So when I refresh this page that was originally Alt Currency Owners Club, it should hopefully take us to the correct page. There we go. Just needed to be refreshed. So let me repeat that process for you. I went to Alt Currency Earners Club. So if I bring up Alt Currency Earners Club, it now will add in a second the word home, and that corresponds with what we did earlier with the funnel. So now what you'll see is this is the latest one that I've created. It always, whenever you've edited something, the top one goes here. So I head back to here And now the home page is /home. And that's really all I was trying to show you there. I just needed to make that update in the domain settings. So now when I press here again, it will load, just to clarify that with you. And I will just search for the domain. That means without the / in there. And you've seen that a couple of times now, but I wanted to just make that clear to you. So really, that is all I wanted to do in this video, is show you the setup process of your domain. So if you're using Weebly or Wix or anything else, the similarities are there. You're going to need to set up your domain. You're going to need to connect the domain you hosted to your platform like ClickFunnels or Weebly or Wix or WordPress, so they can talk to each other. So domains in one place, the hosting's in another. ClickFunnels have recently merged the two, the ability to choose if you want to merge the two. It looks like it's only gone live in the last few days since I shot the previous video. It wasn't available, so there was a little confusion there, but it's good that you saw that, because you saw the connection, and that's the most important bit. So in the video, we're now going to build out that page that we now have live, the home page, and build structure to the site.